Hi, Virgo. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor, and this is your reading for December 11th through the 18th. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I don't like when the microphone shows. Um, as many of you know, I'm a Virgo rising, so it's always like this is like partially my reading. So I don't usually get music, but I mean, this is a very different place to live. So, as many of you know, I had an apartment in New York for a really long time. And my apartment was in the middle of town, like steps from Times Square. And it was the quietest apartment in the world. And this one I mean, it's close to downtown, but it's really a residential neighborhood. And it's really loud. There's always someone playing music. There's always dogs barking. There's kids in the building. People are hawking on the street. And it's 10 o'clock at night, but there's still, sound, and at midnight, it just nothing. So I don't think you can hear it, because I have the noise canceling and it's really not that loud. But the music, the little mini message is, um, let's get this party started. So the song that I got was Shirley Bassey of all. Now you know what a big queen I am. Not This Is My Life, which is fabulous, but watch her on YouTube. She did like a disco-y song, I guess in the 90s, I guess, or the 80s maybe. Um, I'm coming out, so you better get this party started. So something like that. So it's this energy of like, yeah, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to come out. I'm ready to be fierce and get what I want to get done. And, celebrate my life and celebrate my light, celebrate, my will, my desire. Interesting. Because a lot of times Virgo is sort of like an inner energy. And this isn't inner. This is like, stepping out into it, into the light, into the nightlife. Maybe I'll go dancing. I went dancing last week again. The difference is that I know when to leave. I know when to leave. I used to always be the last one at the party, and it was getting a little sloppy. People were getting a little bit tipsy, and it was like, okay, I've had my fun. It's time to go. And so then I walked home. But it's interesting because, I've been dancing here twice. I mean, the last time I got COVID, I've been dancing here twice, but it's something I kind of never allowed myself, or yeah, I think something I never really allowed not never. Years and years ago, I used to go dancing all the time, all the time. But I don't know, something's happened to me. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the Queen of Wands, which I always call the Queen of Timing, the Queen of Wands owns her mint tea, love mint tea. The Queen of Wands owns her passion. She owns her passion, and she knows when to act. She knows how to wait, and she knows how to act. She's very there's an efficiency about her. There's a real fire about her, but she's not. I think a lot of people would read her as impulsive because it's wands, but I don't. I read her as being patient and what's the word? Studied? Not studied. That's not the word I want to use, but she's like, she knows when to jump. She knows when to, get in there, like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity, right? So that's what she's about. And then I have the Empress, who's fabulous. So the Empress is really, really an amazing card. It's a 3. It's Venus. It's Mother Earth as well. So it relates to you in a way. I mean, I always think of it really more of a Taurus card, but it's also kind of a Virgo card because, she's the Earth. She's fertile. She's loving. She's a mother. She's pregnant with new idea, pregnant with abundance and fertility and creativity And she's really about flow. She's really about, she just lets it happen. She just lets it happen because she's sure in herself. She's sure in herself. And I lit so much incense earlier. I had to wait for like 30 minutes for it to like dissipate, but I still think it's in the air. I mean, I know it is, I can feel it. So, this is really about tuning into one's own passion, tuning into one's own abundance, and like letting it shine and letting it, serve you, serve others, just be out there. And it's not just, it's a daytime card too. It's really about being out in the day, in the light of day, that kind of energy. And then I get the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups has a gift, and he's full of love. And it's almost like there's an energy in the, I mean, the Page of Cups, I could go on and on about him, but the Page of Cups is really, wears his heart on his sleeve. He's not afraid of being rejected. He's not afraid of being rejected. He's just, full of love. It's like he's walking around with like a pink t-shirt with a big heart on it and smiling, and like roses are coming out of the top of his head. And he's not embarrassed. He's just full of like joy and love and giving and kindness and compassion and intuition. Mm-hmm. That's such a great card. So Judgment is about, it's about Gabriel. It's about hearing messages. It's about being resurrected, being revitalized. You know, so I want to say it's like a second wind. It's more than that. I'm on my second wind now. I did a lot of videos this afternoon, and then I went and bought some stuff. I was a little tired. I took a little nappy poo, and I'm back because I want to get this done by tonight. And actually, I read really well at night because I'm relaxed. For me, that like I know that that's my time of day, and I'm not when I'm tired. It's like no, I'm awake. Um, it's like it's a reawakening. That's what I was trying to say. It's a reawakening. Nice. Yeah, King of Cups. Listening to oneself. Listening to oneself, seeing the interesting thing about the King of Cups is he's the great listener because he's a diplomat, right? So he always sees both sides and he sees them with love and compassion and intuition. And the thing that he listens to most is himself. He listens to his heart. He listens to his heart. Okay. Wow. And then I get like the promise fulfilled, emotional fulfillment. So it's like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be abundant. I'm ready to listen with compassion to myself. I'm ready to have the promise fulfilled. I'm ready to be comfortable. I'm ready to be surrounded by love. It's really nice. Yeah, I've worked really hard on it. You're a Virgo. It's like you put all your little ducks in a row, you organized everything. There's an energy sometimes of anticipation here. And it's interesting because I think this goes back to the the reading that I did for the collective, which was really like, it's about to open up. It's sort of like, yeah, one of those really, those weird flowers that open once a year. They have one at the New York Botanical Garden, and I think it opens. I think it's a century plant once every 100 years or something. A little bit like that. And the thing is so tall. It looks like almost like an agave on the bottom. It has these really long, thick leaves, and then the stem is so high. It's like a tree. It's like 30, 60 feet. It's crazy that they have to take one of the panes off the greenhouse to let it. It's really cool. But I feel that, that's a seven. So it's confidence in the seeds that you planted and everything you put in order for this to manifest. Yeah, you've worked really hard and, and you're patient. I don't know why I'm getting that, but there's this energy of, I really overdid it. It's in here, it's in here. The amount of copal that I burn is insane. Copal is a resin, and it's a pine resin, and it's really gooey. And I got some really gooey, and I put a big clunking piece, and it was like, I'd open the door for like half an hour. I put it in the other room. It's like, okay. He's taking the action. And if he needs to take more action, to get the party started, and that's what you need to do. Because you know what it is to be, this is interesting. So it's almost like you're an extrovert introvert, which I think most people are. And it's like you've had this introverted thing for quite a while, and you've put things in order, and now it's time to attain. It's a 9. Now it's time to attain. Sometimes I understand the 9 of Swords as seeing something you can't unsee, and that's why he's sort of upset. And it's like, what it is to be in the background. You know what it is to be in the background when you don't want to be in the background. You see what I'm saying? To like you've seen that, and you see how like it's time to step it up, right? It's time. It's like, it's almost like a weird fairy tale. Like, it's like, oh, I'm a wallflower. It's like a Cinderella story. Like, that's what's going on. It's like a little Cinderella story, you know. And your fairy godmother showed up with glass slippers and the pumpkin and the whole thing, and it's like, time to go to the ball. Time to go to the ball. Yeah. Oh, I have to iron this dress for my evil sister. Like, your sister can wait. It's time for you to go to the ball. It's time for you to shine. It's time for you to step into it. It's time for you to step into your light, to step into your power, to be reborn. Really? Wow. Okay. The time is now to live in your abundance with a sense of, intuitively, with a sense of healing, to go and, live the dream, because you've been listening to yourself and you have compassion for yourself. You're revitalized and energized and empowered. You've planted all the seeds. They are right about to bloom. You're right about to bloom. You know, steadfast action, not moving until the flowers bloom, and knowing inside yourself that if you don't act now, you're going to be sitting in bed and not in a happy state. You've seen this in your mind's eye. Spirit is calling you toward. You've worked out all the details. Have confidence in yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is what you think. It's my second 7. Confidence, confidence, confidence. All right. Go out and take what's yours. Blessings.